Hey, glad I caught you. I gotta make this quick, because there's something that the deep state doesn't want you to know. Brian Griffin does not have any human kids whatsoever, and today I'm going to prove it.
Shit, bitch! The dog on Family Guy.
The dog, Brian? Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You may be asking yourself what the fuck I'm talking about. Well, it's very simple. There's an episode of Family Guy, there are multiple episodes, where Brian is depicted to have a human son named Dylan. I'm here to tell you that that son is not his. Brian is not the father. Let's go through the evidence. But first, I need to warn you. There's been a lot of blood in this case. You may not make it out unscathed by watching this video, but if you're brave, lend me your ear. Let's start with the legacy of this theory. Me. Ain't I handsome? That's me at 13 years old. I know, pretty fucking wild, alright? A lot of teachers wanted to have sex with me. Point is, 13-year-old me liked to watch a lot of stupid shit, alright? Now, one of those things that I like to watch was cartoon conspiracy theories. This guy called K-Mac Time, 8 years ago, put out a video asking for fans to submit their own theories, in which case I drafted this 8-in-the-year-long making theory up and sent it in, and he made a video on it.
Now, the first one we're going to read is from someone who wants to go by the Gaming Comedian. Now, this is, I believe I've seen his name on the Twitch streams as well, so shout out to you, man. But anyway, his theory is on Family Guy, and it's about the character Dylan. And basically, the theory goes on to say that what if Dylan wasn't actually Brian's son?
Since that happened, there's been multiple theories online that have basically copied my work verbatim. And I'm here to end it all officially with all the facts, all the knowledge that I have to prove to you that Tracy Flanagan is a lying bitch and Brian is not the father. Why don't we begin? I feel like there's something I'm missing. It's probably nothing. Oh, fuck! I didn't do a meme dub interlude. No. Who could that be? Holy crap, is that Goro Akechi from Persona 5 Royal?
Hello, Peter. I'm going to fucking kill you.
Well, that seems a bit rude, don't you think?
Oh my god! It's Goro Akechi! You just killed my husband! Yes, well, unfortunately, I had to dispose of your idiot husband so that he would not interrupt my work. Now, if you'll excuse me, where is your dog, Brian?
Right here.
Finally, now that I've got you right where I want you, soon I'll finally have the evidence I need to determine if that son of yours is really legitimate. Now, take your penis out for the semen sample.
Hold it right there, Akechi.
Who said that? Ghetto Stewie!
There's only room for one psychopathic murderer in this house.
Wait, but isn't your whole family—
Hey guys, just giving you a heads up, I'm gonna sound like shit for the rest of the video because I accidentally deleted the processed audio while I was doing some spring cleaning. Thankfully, I exported the video before that happened, so, you know, just to get a preview of the upload, and so I still have the audio from that, but yeah, for the rest of the video, I'm gonna sound like dookie ass. Anyways, back to it.
So, a quick recap of the events of the episode, because to be honest, I didn't watch it before starting this. Probably should have, but a man's gotta have some free time, okay? Brian and Stewie do some dumb shit, as they usually fucking do, and then Brian reminisces about Tracy Flanagan, our culprit, okay? Lying, thieving, white woman.
Really, nigga?
Excuse me a minute.
What I've done, I'll face myself.
Now where was I? Oh yes. Tracy Flanagan, lying, thieving, conniving bitch. Okay? She basically tells Brian a story about how her and her dad had some not monetizable experiences.
And then, in high school, I was violated sexually by my father.
And all you need to know is that he wants to see her again because he wants his love to be rekindled for her. He wants another chance at love. Turns out he goes to see her and she's this fat fucking tub of lard And the person at Walmart who printed my photos fucking chopped her head off, so I guess she's just headless now.
So no head?
Point is, she in her fat state brings out Dylan, alright? Who she claims to be his 13-year-old son. For context, you may see one of the plot holes beginning to form now. Brian is only 7 years old.
Say, Brian, now that I think about it, how can you possibly have a 13-year-old son when you yourself are only 7?
Well, those are dog years.
That doesn't make any sense.
So, during the course of the episode, Brian and Dylan bond, and he ends up becoming, like, kind of a better person, and it doesn't really matter. Every bit of information you need to know is in these crucial bits of evidence, okay? Now, there was a couple episodes preceding this that had Dylan in them, but it didn't really have to do with his origin, and it didn't really give us anything that we could work with in order to determine who the father of Dylan is and why Brian is not the father, okay? So why don't we go over the bits of evidence that we have gathered here, and why don't we try and solve this mystery together, the two of us, you know? Parasocial. Brian's a dog. Okay, let's put that out there. Brian's a dog. Dylan's a human. What the fuck is up with that? I actually wrote down this bit of information while I was preparing for this video. I'll read aloud what it says right now. It says, newfound evidence, Brian has kids with Stewie, and Stewie is some fucking long E word that I don't know how to pronounce, but I think it's Enceinte. And they are half dog. There's a litter of kids that he has, and they are all half dog. So what the fuck is this? Does this look like a dog to you? Bearing that in mind, right? We have to come back and circle back into the 7 years plot hole. Now, I know it's a cartoon, and silly shit happens sometimes, okay? But let's just look at the facts here. Brian is 7. Dylan is 13 in this episode. How the fuck are they expecting me to take that fucking seriously? Tracy, lying, conniving bitch.
Look, I be riding through my old hood, but I'm in my new whip. Same old attitude, but I'm on that new shit.
Point is, there's no fucking way that this kid right here is half dog, right? But if you notice over here, we have the medical skeleton of someone who has a severe underbite, which if you'll notice about Dylan, there he is, right there, an underbite. What does an underbite suggest? Well, it could be that Dylan is an incest baby.
It may not mean nothing to you.
Let's go over the evidence. As you recall, the non-advertisable incident that Tracy describes in her youth to Brian, in which he makes a very Brian joke.
It happened on numerous occasions, and I was too afraid to tell anyone because I felt like somehow it was my fault.
So, you do go all the way.
You are the worst person I know.
Right? Could that have led to the creation of Dylan? Is Dylan the byproduct of Tracy and her father? I believe so. Let's go over the evidence, okay? Let's go over the method, the motive, why she would have wanted to do this in the first place. So, let's assume that she indeed had Dylan at such a young age. And Brian here, maybe he's like a year younger, right? In that case, let's take a -1 to each of these. Let's say Brian is 6, and then Dylan would be 12, right? What is keeping her from putting Dylan away somewhere, for the night to have a nice little outing with her new boyfriend, hiring a babysitter or something? We know babysitters exist in the Family Guy universe, so why is it not probable that she stowed Dylan away and hid that information away from Brian in fear that he may not like a single mother? We saw his reaction to having a son in the episode. Brian is a certified fuck them kids kind of guy. So it's not too far-fetched to say that she would automatically know that from going out with him maybe a couple times, who knows, right? She hides that information. He's 12 years old. They re-meet in a year, right? Brian is now 7. She brings in 13-year-old Dylan, says, the one time we smashed, you made a 13-year-old kid, and Brian just believes her? Let's talk about how stupid that is, because Stewie brings it up in the show as a logical fallacy, and Brian's just like, man, whatever, man. No, Brian, you are being fucked, dude. You're being fucked. Let's say you are put in Tracy's position, okay? You're a live and conniving bitch, alright? You look like shit, you haven't gotten a date in a year or whenever she last met Brian, right? You're fucking fat, you're a smoker, so you don't have much time left on the earth. You have a 13-year-old son who fucking hates you. You have a 13-year-old son who's a deadbeat, who smokes weed, who has long hair, is a rebel, and is a bad boy, you know? You see this upstanding, Prius-driving, charity-donating, preaching kind of guy like Brian, who, you know, he lives off of his owner, but, you know, he's got his own place. He's making money, you know. I mean, he's got to afford gas for his car somehow. He's doing something. I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy who would, like, sell fucking crypto or something. I don't know what he does, but, like, he's got to have a job or something. Maybe Stewie gives him money, you know. You see this well-off guy like Brian, and sure, he's a dog, but he's much better of a suitable candidate to, you know, house your son. And you could see it in the fucking episode. I'm going to play you a clip. I'm going to play you a clip of the fucking episode, right? You tell me that Tracy doesn't look like a conniving bitch when she's telling Brian that this is his son, right? Look at it. Look. Look at that face! She's full of shit! Tracy is a lying bitch, and fuck this episode. Brian did nothing wrong, okay? Except for that one time he gave Stewie herpes. That was the only thing he...
What's good? Hope you enjoyed the video. As usual, do the likes and the subscribes and all that. I don't want to yell at you too hard to do it because I find YouTubers that do that annoying, and I'm sure you feel the same. But, you know, helps out. Just wanted to address a few things before I end the video off here. You can click off if you want. Just wanted to address that there were a couple things that I missed while going over things and just kind of improvising without a script. The main one is the some fucking big ass noise was in my house just now. Okay, anyway, so the dog age theory suggests that Dylan inherited Brian's like enhancing age, like he ages faster than normal people do, you know, because of his dog blood, and that's why he's 14, and that explains the huge gap in their ages, right? Okay, but like here's the thing, right? Nobody ever mentions this in the show. If it's like really that big of a thing, you'd think that they'd mention it in the show. They wouldn't mention his specific age either. Like, how the fuck would you know that they're biologically 14? You'd have to take him to like a doctor or something. And you know fucking Tracy can't afford that shit. You know, she's living on fucking welfare and shit. There's no fucking way. I mean, that, and it's like, why would it not increase by 7 years every year? Because like we see Dylan again in like a year, and he's like a Disney star, and he's still 14. He's not any older, so like that doesn't make any sense. He should be like 20 something. You know what I mean? So I think that theory just unfortunately falls flat. It is a very cool way to explain it, but I don't think I don't think personally it's correct. The Family Guy writers could, if they ever decide to bring Dylan back, they could straight up just say like, oh yeah, this is true, this is factual, this is how it makes sense now. But I don't think they're gonna care that much. I don't think Dylan's gonna be in the show anytime soon. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. But the other theory I wanted to mention was Brian has herpes, and he's had herpes like apparently like his whole life, and Dylan didn't have herpes. I'm not actually sure if it's genetic though, and I forgot to look it up. Anyway, what you're listening to right now in the background track right now is a sample of my EP that I'm dropping hopefully later this year. I don't know an exact date. It's just kind of a project for fun, but you can check that out on my second channel. I'll link it down below. It's Commodity Music. It's where I upload all my musical endeavors and shit. And hoping to get that out before the end of the year. If you could give it a listen, I'd really appreciate it. not sure if I will upload a Christmas video. I'm gonna try. I've been very busy, but I do have an idea for it. Should I have the time to make a Christmas video? So keep a lookout for that. You know, make sure to click bell notifications and all that. Anyway, that's about it. See you next time.
In heaven, I wanna go there, but I'm still stuck in hell. I'm still stuck in hell.